following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Hallmark of Greatness Reality Check, where we take you by the hand through particularly memorable episodes of your favourite reality TV shows. I'm Joe, and with me as always, he's putting old birthday cake into a sad, sad brown sundae. It's James.
So much cake, later with so much whippy cream,
And all the colours.
many
browns.
of brown,
Brown, caramel.
Mauve.
And he's now eating all his meals exclusively from a plank while walking the plank. It's Plankty.
Oh,
Hey.
yar!
That was the best thing I've ever done. Hey, if you want to keep up to date with all of the Hallmark of Greatness gossip, you can follow us on Twitter at Hallmark Great, all one word, or on Instagram and Facebook, and I think Blue Sky and something else as well, when I remember to post stuff on them.
Oh, yeah, you liked one of my posts on Blue Sky the other week about Come Dine with me.
I don't know where it is on my phone, so I stumble onto it by accident occasionally.
I was like, oh, who's this? Oh, it's Joe.
It's me,
Oh,
yeah.
Blue Sky.
It's like Twitter, but with no racists.
Yeah,
or less
yeah.
racist.
Well, the Brazilians have just come on.
Yeah.
There's been like a million Brazilians in 24 hours or something.
Yeah.
Brazilians.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that.
And it's just people speaking in Portuguese. And I'm like, obrigado. It's the only word I know.
Oh, have you been watching Race Around the World as well, then?
No, I once went to Cape Verde, though.
Oh, yeah.
I got to at least learn to say thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm still doing my learning how to speak Hindi thing. I'm still on the letters.
Oh, yeah.
All I know
All
is
the letters.
small, uncle, and vein. So if
Okay.
a small uncle gets attacked by vampires, I've got it covered.
Has Harvey got a diminutive vein? His mother's brother.
I don't know. If it does, I'm quids in. Otherwise, just me going, I think it's a ch sound. I don't know. Welsh. But yes, we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about reality TV shows that we love, or memorable episodes of them. This one was recommended to us by a longtime friend of the podcast, Ryan. I got a message saying, have you seen Eggman on Four in a Bed? And I was like, no. So I Googled it, and there's a Reddit post that said, this man is the most insane thing I've ever seen. And I won't read out what the rest of it was, because it gives away the joy that this man sucks out of life with his day-to-day top hat wannabe. He reminded me of the magician from Bob's Burgers so much. Like, farts on all the meat or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, we are, of course, talking about... No, not Faulty Towers, because that's what it sounds like, isn't it? It is the Channel 4 afternoon Come Dine With Me partner show, Four in a Bed. The premise of which I have here. Right, because I didn't know this. There was a different version of it called Three in a Bed. That was like an early evening one. Because this is the daytime version, featuring 4 bed and breakfast owning couples, one venue each day of the week, with the final day reserved for feedback, debate, and the announcement of the winner. Yeah. So basically, 4 couples who run B&Bs go to each other's ones, stay there, bitch about everything. Don't pay enough money, and then they all sit around a table at the end of the week and call each other knobheads. It's essentially what happens every week, isn't it?
It is. It's 5 nights of passive aggression.
Yeah.
And again, it follows into the classic tropes like we had with the Come Dine With Me. There's like a nice couple. Like, there's always one nice couple. Yeah. There's a mad pair, or one mad person on their own because no one else will work with them. There's some snidey bastards who deliberately lowball everyone to win. And then Misk, normally a foreign person who's just bought it as a tax dodge or something. Like, the prize for winning, like, Come Dine With Me, you win $1,000. That's not to be sniffed at. This, you win a plaque. You win a plaque that you can get from Timpson's.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be more than what it was.
But then it sits next to your I don't know, 4-star fucking Michelin thing or your AA starring thing that you have outside the front of your hotel.
You don't want to be known for going on Four in a Bed, because there's always that worry, isn't there?
But,
like somebody.
I mean, you do if you've won it. You do if you've won it.
Yeah, but
I don't know if somebody's been on it. I don't want to watch it and find out they're a prick. You know, I just rather not know.
This has been running since 2010. I did not think there was enough guest houses in the UK to support this, right? Because there are 700 and something episodes of this, and each one of those has got 4 hotels on it.
Fuck it, in the age of Airbnb, I'll be on it. Well,
You've all got to stay in one room though. But yeah,
anyone want some eggs? Yeah.
but it's wild. But we are doing the it's one a day, very similar to Come Dine with Me. But we are doing this season series 11. Episodes 56 to 60, I think it is, or something around there. It's around the 4th of May 2017 this originally aired.
It's worth it. Go and watch it after this.
You have to scroll right the way down to find
Oh, you
worth
spend
it.
a week scrolling down as I did.
because there's no search on the More 4 app.
I didn't really know. I've not watched a huge amount of these, but my overall impression was that man who like searched the shower trap and found some hair in it. It's like, of course there's going to be fucking hair in the shower trap.
Yeah. This is something that I watched when it first came on because it was, kind of advertised as the new Come Dine with Me. And it just didn't hit that spot for me at all. I think I maybe watched 3 or 4 of them and I got nothing out of it.
But it does make you realise how petty some people are.
Small businessmen are. Yeah.
Now I want to go back and find weird episodes of it. Definitely.
Oh, there's a few. There's the German
realise this was
lady
a
whose
thing.
house is full of spiders. Yeah,
I tried to do the random plot for it. Obviously, the random plot generator is still off on its jolly, so it wasn't able to do that for me. But this week, it's off to expose a sinister mayor with somebody called Buckley Coyne, a sausage maker, who may or may not be Michael Flatley in disguise. But it still needs plenty of crisp and dry, which is why this week was sponsored by Stand Lamps. Washing machines live longer with Stand Lamps.
Jesus.
Oh.
I'm going to check everyone's houses for radon. So the episode that we won is the last one where they stay. But before that, we need to sort of just quickly go through the other ones because this man who he's a bigger gentleman. He wears a top hat at all times
and a waistcoat
and
sometimes with a polo shirt,
which is a look in it that says not allowed near schools.
Yeah, I've got Welsh Deadwood on mine.
Oh, I've got Speed Test Steampunk.
Very good.
I will arrive at the B&B by blimp.
That's his daughter. Jesus.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can see why none of the rest of the family get involved, don't you?
If you can't get anyone to work with you, then just get your progeny,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Should we do a quick recap?
Episode 1 of the week is Lewin on Guest House, which is in North Wales.
Whereabouts in North Wales is that, Joe?
I've listened to it 100 times.
Me too. I've watched all episodes today. No idea.
Yeah.
Wayne and Tracy, though.
Wayne and Tracy.
Yeah.
I like Wayne and Tracy.
He's called Wayne. He's got big Craig vibes from me.
I looked at him and I went, they're definitely both a Wayne and a Tracy. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
They're both motorbike people. They've got they grow their own eggs,
grow their own hair,
and
then leave it in the mattress.
And it's on like a lake or whatever. It looks like a really nice place to stay.
It was.
And they're genuinely quite nice, normal people.
The most normal in this.
The most normal in this one. The rooms are relatively clean compared to the usual nonsense. I think there's a bit of dust or something, but people will put on white gloves and go around checking like things that nobody checks.
Yeah.
You're paying 60 quid for bed and breakfast. As long as the door locks and I don't get scabies, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean?
This is the thing. People are looking for like a reason to shave 5 quid off or something.
Yeah.
It does have its, well, I don't know about downsides, but it's quirks. There was the 200 ml of milk that everybody gets. On arrival.
That was. This is fresh milk, she said, but at no point did I see any cows.
Yeah,
just saying.
There's your key and your bottle of milk.
Yeah,
standard.
It's also got those weird wooden statues of a hand
holding bottles
like
of
water.
Yeah, that were disturbing. Like someone had killed an ant.
More disturbing if you combine the two, and it was just holding a bottle of milk.
Warm brewed milk. Yeah, we call that the yogurt hand.
There's obviously a few couples, but there's this pair from this place in Leicestershire, which instantly got my back up as somebody from Nottinghamshire. You know, those county lines must never be crossed. But one of them turns to the main manager and says, "Does sheep in Wales sound different to English sheep?"
Yes.
Missed that.
I
It's
missed
right at the
that
very,
as
very
well.
beginning. Yeah, do they sound different to English sheep? And I thought that's your standard Leicestershire racist behaviour. That says the man from Nottinghamshire who, when he did French at school, the cows in the books didn't say moo, gentlemen. They said meur, MEUH, and I'm not making that up.
Yeah,
Are you sure you're not confusing that with a nativity scene?
French dogs go woo-ah, woo-ah.
Of course, yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes, the people from they seem very obsessed with trousers. Those two women, they're always talking about trousers. Is my one takeaway from that.
Oh, they wound me up. But they were all right. They were all right until they weren't. Is what I'm going to say.
It's what you find with these
Racist
people.
sheep chat aside, they were all right.
But they arrive at this thing. It's nice. They get checked in. They get given a little demijohn of milk.
The rooms were lovely, by the way. Proper like country kind of lodge.
What was it? It was like 80
What
quid
you
a night
expect.
as well.
Yeah.
I didn't get the
Yeah.
prices.
Yeah,
but
with your breakfast, you can't
with a
sneeze at
breakfast
that.
thrown in, right? And you're going, fair enough. It's a hiking place, isn't it? There's nothing much else to do around there, so you're going to go and mountain bike or whatever. And then it's the weird thing as well. They have to do like a little bit during the day where they take them out, and so they get
the best bit. It gets much worse from here on in. This is the best bit.
Yeah, there is one that I was like, this is a terrible idea. They get their friend Big Goliath or whatever in to judge them making.
He volunteers
biker
down the
jackets.
children's hospital. He's actually really nice.
Most of the
Reading
biker
to
people
poorly
I know
children.
are very lovely people. Yeah, they make these jackets, and it's all a bit weird and like glitter glue, and you've got to do something, haven't you? Really, because and
We're bikers. Decorate, destroy for leather jackets, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen Wild Hogs. Yeah, exactly.
And the fat lad, fat magician, and his daughter win. And the look on their faces, boys and girls, I'll tell you, it's like all these Christmases have come at once. First thing he does,
This competition means nothing. It means nothing.
Yeah.
No point to it at all.
First thing he does when he goes into
close.
the room as well, gets his phone out to check that the Wi-Fi download speed is 10 megabytes.
10 meg.
That's enough
That
for
was
my
enough for me.
needs, he says.
Yeah. That's
What
it. He
needs?
doesn't need to contact the Internet King to get faster pornography.
With his daughter in the room.
I know.
Oh, are you going for a shower?
He also goes on about it's not just that, it's plug availability as well. So he's miffed that he has to unplug the kettle because he doesn't think he should have to.
Plug availability. That's the beauty of plugs. There's 8 double plugs in that room, I think he says, right? And some of them have got kettles and TVs plugged into them, but that still leaves you 4 plugs available, which is more than enough for anyone's needs, unless you're running a
way more than I would
fruit
have thought.
dehydrator in there or something. Like
Some sort of drug farm.
a very small, I brought my vivarium with all my snakes in there that I have to keep plugged in. It's and he whinges about this having to unplug stuff, and I'm like, just unplug the kettle. His daughter, you're not going to be charging your phone and making a brew in the middle of the night, are you?
Yeah.
I got the understanding that he was going to kick off about eggs. So I was braced for that. But actually, this caught me sideways because I was like, this is a much weirder thing than the eggs.
The eggs is weird.
Well, then we get to breakfast and he's like, I think I'm going to have a fried egg and a poached egg. Just to catch
Maverick!
I'd like a sandwich with a crescent of crisps, hot egg, and a clump of cress. Yeah.
Oh, and it was Wednesday. You have to pre-order it as well, which I think saves time in the morning. To be
I
honest.
think it's brilliant, and they were all having a bit of a moan about that. I don't want to pick now what I'm going to have in the morning.
Why?
Well, you know what you like in the morning.
Yeah. Just tick. There you go. First thing, come down. It's there.
At bedtime, he's moaning about. He's still moaning about the plug sockets at bedtime, and he says something like, she says, "Oh, but it's enough plugs for a normal person." He goes, "But I'm not normal." And then he rolls over and he's got a TARDIS t-shirt on, and I thought, "Yeah, mate, yeah,
big Doctor Who energy, big."
But he doesn't like the new ones.
He's got a Sally James scrapbook.
He doesn't like the new ones because there was a woman doctor and a gay black doctor. And
he's got bits of motorbike in his front room that he's going to get around to fixing one day. Yeah. And that's that. The breakfast comes. This egg test that they dub it, where he orders 2 different eggs to see what they're like, because he can do really good eggs. He's very proud of his eggs at his place, which is the whole crux of this episode.
And you know what?
really.
As though God ordained it, one of the eggs is a double yolker, so they give it to him out of the goodness of their heart. He doesn't deserve it. He's well pleased with that breakfast. And I thought, so what's the problem? He's setting himself up a little bit, but he's not being a dick about when the eggs come. He's just being a dick about ordering it. Fair enough.
I was like, who wants 3 eggs for breakfast?
I'd look this up. How many eggs is too many eggs?
Right. Go on, and what did the internet say?
It said keep to 1 a day.
Right, that's what I thought.
I think the daily limit was 6, and I was like, "Who is eating 6 eggs in a day?"
Imagine
I see those egg people got to you as well, James. You better run.
Yeah, so he's eaten 3 eggs for breakfast, as well as a load of fried gubbins as well. That, again, look very nice. I'm always a bit like that looking at the breakfast because I like a fried breakfast, but having to have one every day for a week.
Yeah, I mean, my constitution isn't great.
No.
The snobby couple are like, well, where's the fried bread?
Oh, fucking fried bread.
Least useful part of the.
I love the fact that you seem to think, James, that people from Stockton-on-Tees are snobby. I mean, that's hilarious to me, considering you're from a lovely bit of the world. Yeah.
It's
New York Stadium.
The thing with fried bread is it has to be fried in the fat of the bacon and the sausages, otherwise it's just squishy bread and it's awful. But everyone seems to enjoy themselves. They do the lovely to see you, we'll see you tomorrow, kiss 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 thing that they do, and everyone leaves, and then they have to mark down. They get like a score sheet thing with. I think it's 5. What were your hosts like? What was the cleanliness? What were the facilities like? Which I've never understood what that one means, really. What was your
my Pop-Tart machine? So
what was your sleep like? And what was the breakfast like? And then would you stay here again? That's your 5 categories. You can rate them out of 1 and 10, and there's room for comments. People's spelling is atrocious as well on this. I know mine's not great, but if I was going on TV, I'd learn how to spell complete properly.
Definitely. That's another one. Wrong people do.
And everyone seems to have, everyone scores them highly. They and everyone says they'll stay again, even though not enough plug sockets, man, is going on about plugs and no fried bread. Whatever. If you'd have asked for fried bread, you probably would have got fried bread.
Yeah.
You know, they had a chef on, didn't they, I think? Or was it Bret Hart cooking it? I can't remember.
Oh no, it was the other lassie that had the chef on.
So if you fried all that stuff up, just drop some bread in it, piece of piss. Right. That's day 1 done. Right. Lovely. Nice normal people. Nice normal place. Day 2, we go to the Parkwood Hotel, which is rooms above a pub. A nice enough pub, but it's rooms above a pub. You know what you're gonna get.
It's a semi-decent bit of Stockton-on-Tees, lads. A bit of local knowledge there for you. It's Heartburn. I think it is Heartburn. I think it is. Kind of like on the way out towards Yarm, where it starts to get a bit posh.
Yarm.
Pirates.
But it looks like a nice old pub. But the rooms are above a pub.
It is old. So, 1856, I found out that it was.
Oh, all right. That's okay.
And they mention having to refurb it and being very particular about that. So
because and this is the fried bread people. This is the recently married.
Happily married.
They both worked there before and then left and then came back or something. They tell you this also. I don't give a shit.
Mr. Bean and Shelley Bean.
Who's, if you watch with subtitles on, her spelling of her name changes regularly.
Yeah, Chili.
Yes, the bean flickers. And I say my main gripe with people complaining about this is that it's above a pub. It's going to be loud. You know it is. If you've ever been to someone who lives above a pub, you can't rest because until everyone's gone home, it's awful.
It's never going to be that late though. It's not like a bar or something. It's not going to be open all night.
No, it'd be 11 o'clock chuck out time.
Yeah. Because I'd be like, well, I'm down there at the pub until closing time. Yeah. I'm going to sleep fine. Just watch me.
The magician complains about the plugs again because there's not enough plugs for his tech.
Yeah,
all it appears he's got is a laptop and a keyboard, like an iPad and a keyboard, which both run off batteries. So why does he need to charge them up?
He had at least 3 phones one day. He had 3 phones
in his pockets.
Yeah, he had 3 in his hat across his hand. And I thought, what is this? Minority Report? What's going on here?
He's selling very select drugs to the rest of camera. Yeah, it's but the main point is as well that while they're snooping around cleaning it, they find a fly. They opens the window and there's a fly, a dead fly, in the windowsill between where the window and the window pane shuts. So you wouldn't see that unless you opened the window. Right?
There's a reason it's dead. It got trapped there at some point.
Yeah, and died.
And it's dead. It's dead.
Ha!
And there's nothing more minging than flies, she says.
I mean, there is.
Yeah, I can name probably about 5 things now, but I won't.
Well, there's no mirrors in that room.
Jesus.
She's probably a lovely person now.
I'd be more worried about the fact the single glazed window there is steamed on the inside.
Yeah, that was giving me the
That's
fear.
a ventilation issue straight away.
Yeah, you're gonna get bad lungs. And everyone else is kind of like, it's fine. They find some muck, but they always do.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, is this the shit? This is the shit in the duvet. The hairs in the duvet. This one, isn't it?
No, hairs in the duvet is the solar strand.
Oh, was it? All right.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they found
two
2 hairs. They found 2 hairs in the bed, and I'm like,
found a crack on the toilet seat. Wait.
Oh yeah, that pinched his bum.
Yeah, Brett just got his bottom pinched.
Fair enough thing.
Yeah. Just sit the other way around.
Have you
get pinched on the other thigh, then that's worse.
Potato, isn't it? I can't remember what was their activity.
Dog's dinner.
Oh,
Jesus!
Because she's one of them people that's got a tiny, horrible yappy dog who treats it like a child, and they have to make it a meal.
The queen of the restaurant or something. It was called.
It was something.
Queen of the
You
restaurant.
just know nobody goes up to that dog because it's horrible.
Yeah,
you just know it, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly when I throw it through the window.
And so they've got like this selection of bowls of things to put on a slate for the dog. I mean, the dog eats better than people on Come Dine with me in Cardiff.
If it was on a plank, yeah.
But they put all this stuff on the plate, and one of them goes, "Oh, broccoli! I've called the broccoli, didn't he? Greatest showman, didn't he?
Yes.
Because I've called the broccoli
the widest showman."
And he then goes in the chat afterwards. He goes, "Ha! It's a dog's dinner. We're making a dog's dinner and a dog's dinner of it." And that's the joke. Like, it's so, like, obviously this was recorded, like, I don't know, weeks later, and he's only just got it. Yeah. And he's so proud of himself.
I do like the fact that Wayne just puts a big lump of ham in his to win.
Yeah.
Which is what I would have done, because it's a dog, innit? Like, it's not going to eat broccoli, is it, if there's ham on the bag? Like,
and it didn't. It went straight for the ham and then went for somebody else's piece of ham.
But the look on their faces when they didn't win.
That dog was shitting bricks for the next fortnight, wasn't it?
Well, when we get to the hollandaise sauce ham.
Oh, no.
But yeah, the next morning they're complaining that they didn't sleep well because it was too loud. There should be soundproofing in the room. And I was like, why?
So he didn't sleep well because of the noise downstairs.
Yeah.
But nobody else in any of the other rooms slept well because of the noise coming out of his lungs.
Yep, because he could snore and it was hearable throughout the entire floor, possibly.
Yeah.
Apparently.
He said something weird about it. He said that the noise got into the room as though it had broken in or something.
It was the fly. The fly was carrying the sound.
Single glazed windows, mate, I told you.
Yeah.
The daughter as well, I spotted, and I think let's say she's 19 or 20. Was sleeping with a little cuddly sheep. Did you spot that? She had a little cuddly sheep, and I thought,
Welsh, isn't it?
Well, I guess. But does her cuddly sheep sound different to the English sheep? That's the question.
I shall ask Sean the sheep next time I see him. I think there is a thing of animals having different regional variations in thingy. I'm sure I remember reading something that Scouse sheep sound weird or something.
I mean, it's in keeping.
They're all down the Moby. They're on Dixon. Right. Anyway. Edna. Bubble. Jesus.
Big thing happens at
men.
Big things happen at this breakfast, though. Nikki, she finds a hair on her plate.
Under the bacon, hiding. Hello. Yeah. It's a little surprise for you. Well, the thing is, both the chefs are bald.
Yeah, I did think that. The chef comes out and he's like, "I'm really sorry, here's your bacon." And she's going, "There's a hair on the plate, there's a hair on the plate." And then the fucking waterworks start.
Yeah,
I was like,
this.
Okay.
Shelley, as James said at the time, it's like she's about to start a musical number. Like, there's a hair on the plate, there's a hair on the plate. Then she goes outside, hair on the plate. And it's like, hair
it's
on
band on the run, isn't it?
Well, it's just that he's going to tell. He's going, none of that. Yeah, and it's like, it's not the end. It's gross, but like, you know, you're eating a fried breakfast the second day in a row. Your digestion probably needs that roughage, to be honest.
The eggs were very good, weren't they? The eggs were
He
very good
ordered
this time.
he ordered one
Boiled
boiled egg
scrambled.
and one scrambled egg.
Yeah.
Which is the worst possible combination of eggs I could
I was
think of.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have a boiled egg.
If it was soft boiled, but also I like the fact the guy didn't even hang around to see how he wanted his egg. He went boiled egg, right, and was off. Like, you get what you're given. But yeah, both the eggs were fine. The egg test, everyone's getting really into the egg test.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking he's just setting himself up for a fall, because if you go and if you've seen any other episodes of this, if anyone criticized, there was a guy who went on about his sausages being the best sausages because they made them on site. And everyone went, they were all right sausages. Like, how good can a sausage be?
But the thing is,
Question.
he is so confident in his sausages. How could this go wrong? How could this go wrong?
If only the tech was plugged in.
Oh, fucking tech.
Day 3.
They
Let's
complain.
go.
They get some low scores for the cracked toilet seat and stuff, and then everyone pays what they think it's worth based on the 90 quid a night or whatever it was.
Now-
Everywhere on this is less than 100 quid, I think.
They got scored down because of Gary's snoring. If there was any justice in the world, they should be down scoring Gary for the snoring on that day. So
Yes.
they should be holding on to that and then
Again-
later going, he were fucking snoring the other day.
None of this, mate. Once you've gone first, if you've had the first day, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
It's the come down with me rules. Like, it does not matter. But of all of it, I think Wayne and Tracy are the only ones who come out of this
They're quite
not looking
strange.
like
Yeah.
whammers of the highest order.
Yeah.
Next day, we are in the Pug and Greyhound in Leicestershire.
If it was 2024, this pub would be called the Frenchie and the XL Bully. I'm certain of that.
And it's very, it feels like it's part of a chain.
It does,
Yeah.
very much
Because
so.
it's I think it's Tracy and Wayne complain that everything's painted grey and it's like a dark battleship grey. It's not like a light. Everything looks quite closed in and stuff. And their room just backs onto the car park through a fire door, which I wasn't happy about.
Yeah, and doesn't fit the doesn't fit the frame particularly well. And they were like, "Well, we had to keep that. Well, maybe keep it as a fucking kennels then
Well, that's what
instead
he
of a room."
It's a listed building and that's a listed door. How is that a listed fire door? Like, there's someone in the 1700s going, "Gadzooks, me lord, this alloy we have made prevents a fire."
I looked it up, and in 2016, the pub was awarded the title of Best Pub in Leicestershire in the Pub and Bar Awards, according to
It's a
TripAdvisor.
really small county.
It's one
full
of
of
2
shit
in the
pubs.
town. So.
Yeah.
And the next year, the other one wins it, the prick and
That's-
armband, or whatever it is.
On the driving in, he says, "Oh well, I just like to say this. This is the greatest showman again. I just like to say say it how I see it. So say what you see. Say what you see. I'm not telling that story again.
No. But I also was like, oh my God, he's doing bits
Yeah,
to his daughter, who
who has
Seriously.
no idea what
No.
catchphrase is. And if
Who's
she
just-
did, it would be that other magician prick that used to host it.
Stephen Mulhern.
That'll be him.
The guy's a magician. He's the biggest four-headed magic, I think. No, I was thinking she just wanted to throw herself out of the car. Like, because I would. You'd be willing to be smarted, wouldn't you, if that was your dad?
John and Shelley go in there hunting for dust, and they find it. There's lots of,
well.
they've clearly drilled a hole in the
Drilled.
wall to
Yeah.
get the mirroring, because there's lots of plaster dust.
Yeah.
They should have got rid of that, but fine.
But boy, do they! Oh, is this dust a bone of contention?
But also, there's a bath next to the bed that isn't plumbed in. There's just a bath there. That's
Was
insane.
it not plumbed in?
No.
Oh,
could it
see,
be?
at least you would have that. No,
There was
I've
no
been in
taps on
hotel
it.
rooms where they exist in the same room. You know, with these
Sexy ones.
bougie ones,
Heart-shaped ones, yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Pay by the hour. It's a sex garage, yeah.
Sex garage, did you say?
Watch Race Across the World. Kelly Brook goes to a hotel with her husband, and it's a sex garage.
Oh right, wow.
You pull in, you swipe a card, you pull in, and it's a garage, and you pull in, and it's mirrors and lights, and the minibar's full of Johnnies.
Yes. When do they go to that in foreign event?
When they go to Brazil, I think it is.
Okay.
That's
God's
when there
sakes.
actually are 4 people in the pets. Yeah. Gary's upset at the lack of Wi-Fi. He's done a speed test, no
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. I mean, that's a bit annoying because you wouldn't be able to contact anyone. That's bad.
I'm sure his family are thankful for the non-regularly
And
15-minute updates.
She's called. Is she
Gary
called
Blackmore.
Naomi, the daughter? She's called
Yeah.
Naomi, and she's upset because the towel's too small. She says, "I know I'm big, He says, "Oh, it's all right. I'll close my eyes." And I thought, "I bet you fucking
I
don't."
missed that. I must have gone for a wee.
Yeah, yeah. She's
Whoa.
like, "Oh, the towel's too small. I know I'm quite big." And he's like, "It's all right. I'll close my eyes." And I thought, ugh. Well, it's not like you can sit on your phone, is it, with no Wi-Fi?
Oh, do you reckon that's what he's doing? That's why he needs all the tech. He's setting up cameras. And then it's like My Little Eye, or whatever it was called, that horror film where...
It's like Trap that we just watched last night with the new M. Night Shyamalan film.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant Trapped, the BBC Kids game show.
Oh, God, I hadn't thought about that in a long time.
No, we
Next episode. There you go.
Watched some of that the other week. It's weird.
I can't remember what the entertainment was for this at all. Did anybody else?
It was the everyone do a flight safety because she the elder lady in this used to be a flight attendant.
She says, this is going to come as a surprise to you, but I used to be a flight attendant. I was like, you have mentioned it in the past 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Non-fucking stop, mate.
It's the first thing you say to everyone. I used to be a flight attendant, you know? I was like,
Clark still is. He's got his EasyJet.
Very good.
You're the only. You or travel agents are the only people that wear those neckerchiefs and scouts. Right, because no one else, no other
Michael
job.
Caine in the 70s.
Yeah, no other job makes you wear a bizarre neckerchief for no reason. And so and I'm like, this is the worst entertainment.
Yeah,
of just someone reading out the in-flight safety announcement while someone reenacts the doors to the left, rear, and
I'm sure it was a Taskmaster a few years ago.
Possibly,
I'm certain it was. Yeah,
but it was just like.
She says
that was a bar.
She says, shock horror, Gary isn't listening. He's waiting to make it about him again. And I was like, fuck, I feel a little bit seen here, I've got to be honest. She's really upset.
Boring.
It is really.
I'd have made it up. I'm like, if the plane catches fire, well, you know, good luck.
Yeah,
that doesn't rhyme.
No, if Mothra grabs the plane and shakes it
with her wings,
pretend you're a maraca. Yeah, I don't just summit, but they all read it. They all do the same thing, and then the widest showman wins that.
Yeah, well pleased with himself.
What was he doing that made he was at least slightly funnier than the Wayne, who was just doing like shagging moves, wasn't he?
Wayne didn't want to be there at this point. I had a feeling like he was like, "Oh, is there a
Wayne
bar
knows
open?"
He's done all right out of this.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to do.
Oh no, the daughter, when they were like breathe in a calm manner, she hyperventilated into it, and that's hilarious. Yeah, it was the funniest thing that happened.
Yeah,
but they win. That's that. They all go. Oh, they all go.
Unbelievably, that's not the worst entertainment of the week. No, because that's coming. Is it coming? But yeah, breakfast time. I think this is the eggs Benedict one. Is this the one where everyone gets it in a pan?
Everyone gets their breakfast in a little frying pan, which whatever.
So, she instantly says, "I think presentation is the most important part of breakfast," and then serves them in a fucking pan. And I just thought, give us a fucking plank. Just give us anything.
I long for the days of a plank. I want it served on a Hellraiser VHS tape. Yes.
Breakfast is the most important element of breakfast. What are you talking about?
You would think so. But a few of them are like, oh, these are quite nice. Actually, these are quite funky. Like, mate, it's a Vic and Bob sketch. Give it a rest.
2010, though, innit? Like, I guess it was like cutting edge then of doing that. But
I guess so. Yeah.
And I guess your beans are not touching as well because they were separate. Like,
you know what is the cutting edge? Planks are the real cutting edge.
I was going to suggest this would have been the first time I'd in 2010 ever seen this type of presentation for cooking. But then I'd also never seen things presented on a stone. Anyway, we'll come to that. We'll come to that.
It's the olden days equivalent of chips being served in a little shopping
basket. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
or
on a shovel. Served on a shovel.
The breakfast on a shovel I look at regularly and laugh.
Yeah.
The 12 quid.
He says, oh, here we go. Well, the eggs, I guess we're going to see. He's the only man in the world that ever has to announce he's opening an egg.
Because he loves it. He's
the greatest egg man.
I've got him here. I've got him. They love this. They love me and my eggy antics.
And credit where it's due, these eggs are fucking perfect.
I
don't know who the chef is, but these are.
They had help. They had a professional cook as well.
Well, that other lassie that's with there's the boss, and the other lassie is the trainer at the hotel. I was like, how many fucking staff have you got that you need a permanent trainer?
Quick high turnover.
With a face like a slapped ass.
Well, yeah. He orders Eggs Benedict with the ham that comes on that is enough to stun a dog. Right? It's yay thick. It's like old people gammon.
It's like gammon. Yeah.
It looks nice, but the eggs look perfect, and he's eating them. And then he goes, is the hollandaise supposed to be served cold with Eggs Benedict? I was like, do you not know?
No, so here's the thing, and I'm going to kind of semi-defend him here, because he says, was it supposed to be served cold to the lassie? Because he goes, it's cold. Was it supposed to be served cold? And I think what he's, and I hate defending this guy, but I think what he's getting at there is your recipe, does your kitchen send it out cold?
You can't serve cold.
I know you can't, but I think
it just becomes butter.
I think that's what he's getting at. I think that's what he's kind of getting at. And I think everyone else just goes, oh, he's thick as fuck him. He doesn't know anything about eggs. When he does know plenty about eggs, he's just not very good at making them.
It's not a mastermind specialist subject, is it?
I don't know. I am going to defend him this once. And this is where it ends.
I think it's purely because they were banging them eggs, right?
Oh, they were perfect.
He's got to go, well, there's got to be something I can pull apart on this.
There's
no way a kitchen would send out cold hollandaise sauce because it's a lump.
So do you think it's coming out lukewarm?
Possibly.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's coming out lukewarm.
And he's fucked about going, everyone, look, I've got an egg. Look, gather round, children, while father opens an egg. Right.
And when it goes back to the kitchen, the woman goes, well, if you doesn't like it, tell him he can have another one. Like, she proper loses. But she cannot take feedback at all, this woman.
No. But she asked, the chef goes, no, it was warm when it went out.
Oh, does he? Oh, right, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, right, she asked it, because she doesn't know either last. Some trainer she is. Because you automatically go, yeah, it was warm. You probably just waited too long to eat it. Yeah.
Well, because he was busy telling people to fucking gather round.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's why. He was waiting for everyone else to stop talking so he could talk.
Yes, but yeah, it did make me want Eggs Benny as well.
And he likes it so much, he says, you can't give 11 out of 10. He says, I want to give 11 out of 10. I'm like, you can't give 11 out of 10, and you know it, mate. You know you cannot give out 11 out of 10.
Unless he prints out his own ones, plugs in a printer, prints out his own score sheet. It's just eggs, each category, eggs, and then one plug sockets.
The competition is starting to sour now because there's bad blood with, Hairgate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Dusty
Mirror on Hello.
Yes.
Anyway,
the Dusty Mirror is another bone of contention. When they write their feedback, this woman it's untrue, it's unbelievable, and it's a lie, she says.
And you're like, it's on camera, like you're going to see it eventually.
They've not gone in.
Take it
with a bag of dust, throughing it round the room like Rip Taylor.
Exactly. Yeah. She is absolutely she just can't be told anything.
She did the wrong job.
This woman. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's not in. But again, I guess you probably can be a little bit of an arsehole or passive aggressive when you've got people stuck in a tin can in the air. Because where are they going to go?
She says that. It's like, you have to think on your feet. And I'm like, no, you don't. You just give them more booze.
Yeah.
That's standard.
Or an extra packet of peanuts as long as they're allergic.
Yeah. Well, it was first class on Ryanair. That just means you get a chair to sit on, as far as I'm aware.
His feedback is, couldn't connect to the internet, 7 out of 10. What?
Yeah, bewildering.
If you could connect to the internet and it was just about all right, surely that's 7 out of 10. Couldn't connect to the internet is nothing out of 10.
Well, yeah, but there's other facilities. There's the shower. There's the toilet. I
think this is where they get to where it feels a bit gameplay, doesn't it?
Yes.
He realises they're not going to score as highly, so he's bumping them up a little bit. We go into day 4, the Solar Strand Hotel.
The Solar Strand, which has the best restaurant.
I couldn't hate the Solar Strand. I just couldn't. Every time I read or heard Solar Strand, I thought Soda Stream, and I would like that even more. I guess.
Get busy with fizzy. Yeah.
It's got 10 rooms.
It's like a nice. So the Wider Showman was in IT around the world for 25 or 30 years, depending on who he's talking to.
Yeah.
And he's travelled all around the world and stayed in hotels, so he knows what makes a good hotel, which is apparently eggs and plug sockets.
And really fast internet.
Really fast internet and a towel big enough to smother a daughter in.
Can I offer you any IT support? He says when he sees them two in their room.
No milk, right? Disappointing. Yeah. But yeah, of all the strange things to ask, because he walks like a very determined man. He's got like Mannering syndrome, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
Because he's very, here you are, here's the room. If you need any IT support, just yell. I imagine the internet's blazing in that place.
I would
You would
absolutely
hope so.
ask for IT support just to see what he'd do.
I would ring him at reception and say, "Could you make porn? Come on my telly."
Change my backdrop to him with like just a big cock on his head. And I'm like, I don't know what's happened. It must be the ghosts.
All the rooms look like wards with white beds. They've got plug points pointedly
They're
next
clean.
to each
Oh,
one.
so
So
many
many
plugs.
plugs. Like I said, you could plug in a crash cart from a casualty ward. Like
I've got to be honest. I thought it looked a bit like a travel lodge, and I wasn't against that because you know what
it
you're
was
getting.
clean and basic. Like
Yeah, you know what you're getting.
yeah, that's all
But
I want
God.
when I stay in a hotel.
It's just not enough for these people.
No. Well, again, he's kind of rubbed them up, hasn't he, with eggs, and plugs. Those are the two other shops he owns.
Okay, Joe, let's go to the restaurant that it advertises next. Take us through the restaurant.
We know you've missed the
No,
you've missed
before-
possibly the
before we
worst
go,
bit
they
of
check,
the whole
they
thing.
check the rooms first before they go for the meal.
Yeah.
The Bean family's duvet is full of. They open it, hair comes tumbling out. There's like five.
It's like the
six hairs in
70s there.
Yes, there's like 5-6 hairs in there, which again is gross, but it's inside the duvet. So
Yeah.
unless you're planning on sleeping bagging inside that, I don't get what the problem is.
And then the bikers go and have a look at the biscuits, and they've got a whole tray of those
Yeah,
these
a variety
Yeah.
pack.
collection
that's true.
packs. And I just thought, mate, I don't need any dinner. I'm
Yeah.
just going to eat these.
That's me. You know, not that's just because the telly was there. That you know it is.
Yeah,
But-
of course
Yeah,
it is.
oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah.
But
I like
yeah,
the way, to be classy though, they took it out of the cardboard box, so it's
Yeah, it
just the
was
wrap.
foil.
the
Yeah,
wrap
so
on.
you just get the foil bit. Yeah, but then that splits that in two houses. You see, 2 rooms.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
And no
But
digging
then-
down
but
the
then-
second layer till you finish the top layer. Anyway.
But then we get the entertainment, inverted commas, entertainment.
Ugh.
Which he
Yeah,
takes them
that's
to an old school hall, doesn't he? It looks
Yeah,
like
because-
an old church hall.
Yeah, it was like the
Obviously,
church
they're
hall down the
both
road.
into amateur dramatics.
And he's like, we've both done pantomime. And I'm like, pantomime, looking at you in that top hat and waistcoat. I think you've been there. Rent, I must have the rent.
everyone has 8888. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it makes sense. He's one of those people.
Mm-hmm. Of course he
He's
is.
an amateur dramatic prick, right? And he's dragged his daughter into it. God, that's worse than anything.
And
Yeah,
and
it's a sad
let's
story.
show how good we are at that by making us all do impressions of one another,
But
of the
funny
other
ones,
groups.
not hurtful ones. And I'm like,
Yeah,
mate, you know this is going to get hurtful immediately.
yeah, and it does.
I'll go
And-
first. Look, here's Nikki as an old woman in a funny voice.
Yeah. Oh, do you want more tea, Vicar, or something? It doesn't make any sense.
It's horrible.
It's
Every
shite.
moment is just crap. And
It's like he's done
cringy.
improv level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and didn't show up for the last 3 weeks of it.
It's
I got
crap,
it.
and it's antagonistic. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Isn't
And
it?
she's sitting there going, that's funny, yeah, I'm old. And he's like, oh, I hope I
Anyway,
didn't
is it our
offend you.
turn?
I hope I didn't offend you. I was like, you were hoping to offend her.
Yeah.
Like, but like, what are you doing?
They get up there and then they're like, eggs.
Eggs. I'm a big fat lass. Can I have some crisps?
Oh yeah, I only like chips and cheese. And it is hurtful, but he's lapping it up. He's having such a good time. She is mortified.
It's attention.
Because he's like, oh, well, I do say that a lot.
Yeah.
I am known for my eggs. Yeah, I think it's just any attention is good attention for him.
Yeah,
Like,
and the other two are nondescript.
she puts
Wayne
a
and
jumper up her
Tracy-
top because she's got big
Oh,
knockers.
because the lassie's
and-
got knockers, yeah.
Yeah,
And
sex
he
maniacs.
goes, oh, bosoms. I haven't heard the word bosoms in a long time. To his daughter.
Yeah, because we just call them your thruppnies, don't we, darling? When we're putting them on the internet for daddy. I don't know.
My little tweakle.
And then
But-
John and Shelley impersonate Wayne and Tracy by coming on stage doing a motorbike noise. And I'm like, can this end now?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is terrible.
This is horrible.
Take your clothes off. I'm going to throw dead flies at you.
Let's go
and
to
then,
the
and
have
then
a
they
meal.
go, and then they go for their evening meal in the restaurant, the themed restaurant, right? Theme of this restaurant because it's all cooked on hot rocks, which I don't want. I don't want to cook my own tea when I'm paying.
No, absolutely not.
And also, it's just steak and chips. That's all that they have on offer.
Yeah, with packets of sauce. Did you notice they had some packets of
No.
sauce? Somebody had mint sauce. One of them had a packet of mint
Could have
sauce.
been lamb,
which
I guess.
seems, but
You
like
hope
the little sachets of sauce that you get in the chippy.
But good old callback, 2 big old salads in the middle of the table that nobody touched.
Oh, I didn't spot them.
Yeah,
I didn't spot them.
Somebody gets fat spat into their eye.
Oh, yeah.
And
Because you will.
horrible.
And Naomi goes, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And that's it. It doesn't matter. Nothing.
No, it's fine.
We decided
to
to
get the
call
eye
the
back
restaurant. We decided to call the restaurant the Volcano Restaurant because everything is served on hot volcanic rock. It
Well,
also
chips are.
includes what I believe is a red carpet that rendered them
carpet.
bankrupt as soon as they bought it.
Yes.
You know how
yes.
expensive red carpet is?
Yeah.
No, they'd run out of money, I think, buying the rocks and the oven that you put the rocks in. Because you've got to have a specific oven to get the rocks hot enough.
Yeah, I
so
would
he
assume,
says,
yeah.
so we just got a red carpet and some signs from the car booty.
Right.
And the signs all say
Oh, these are great.
experience.
These are pictures of
volcanic.
volcanoes erupting, and they have such good phrases as experience. Volcanic.
Eating.
was probably my favourite. That and Live, Laugh, Love.
Because I'm like, what is the connection between volcanoes and food? Unless
Now,
you're one
it's-
of those things from Zelda.
Oh, yeah. The Gorgons?
Gorgons, yeah.
The Gorgon City,
Naomi explains it's just to show people what they look like when they're erupting.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I missed
In case
that.
you've never seen one. Yeah. Now, you ask what the connection is. I couldn't make this up if I tried. There was a restaurant in Carlisle just across from the castle a few years ago called Pompeii that was exactly the same. It was a hot rock thing where you cooked your own steak. I never met a single person that's been. I've never met a single person. It's now a really nice little Turkish, and I know tons of folk that have been.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to cook their own dinner.
I
Pompeii
don't want
Steakhouse.
that. No, I want it to be brought to me.
Oh yeah, what a nice fitting way to reference volcanoes in the Pompeii.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
All the
You two could
serving
be
staff
eating
are like
dead
this,
flesh.
going around. Like. Well, I was hoping that in his in the Widest Showman's restaurant, the lunchtime thing would be an old lady's legs getting melted off in a lake, because that'd be fun, wouldn't it? She could have just stayed in the boat. There was no need.
He says, "This is what I've always wanted. This is what I believe a 4-star hotel looks like." I was like, 4-star?
Where did you stay? What company were you working? Were you working for E-Machines? Like, never obsolete.
I have looked it up. And it's a 3-star hotel.
Yes.
Is he still running it?
That I didn't find. Oh, good.
Because if so, we're
excellent.
going.
Excellent. Road trip.
We're going and be like, eggs. Was it 8 eggs a day minimum? I'm going to beat that. I'm going to be so egg bound.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere else that there is no limit. Like, it's just nice. So, like, as long as you're keeping within your cholesterol limit. Naomi lets slip at this point that the family all go to her because Gary's useless and nobody listens to him.
Yeah.
Which she says quite openly.
Where are the
in front
rest
of
of the family? There's no pictures of them.
No.
There's not them.
There's no mention of a name. There's nothing.
I
don't think they want. Yeah, I don't.
I
think
reckon
it's
it's
to be
a
known.
picture of a Vietnamese lady on his laptop. And he goes, "That's your mum. Say hello." Like, just
Alice for love.
I'll tell you what there is, though. There's a laminated sign on the door that says the Volcanic Restaurant. It's just in aerial. Just
Oh, really? I didn't spot that.
Saddest thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
that's what he's got. That's what he plugs in. Laminators everywhere he goes.
laminated shit like Brian said.
I'll laminate this egg for later.
I don't know why. Now I know that there was at least 2 of these places that went for a similar volcanic theme.
Yeah.
You can't hate him as much because at least he was trying to do something. But it's insane.
Yeah. It was the only restaurant in Carlisle a few years ago where there was tables available on New Year's Eve. It's the only restaurant.
I just get
there's not a lot going on in
myself
Carlisle.
Or something like.
Well, yeah, it's a hazard.
Try and melt someone's car keys. Just somewhat for a laugh, isn't it?
I don't know. Nobody's steak looked done.
No, and it looked like it would probably even if you like it rare or blue or whatever, you'd still be waiting a week for it.
Yeah,
because you're not cooking it; it's absorbed.
Yeah,
I mean, if only Claire had these, she could have done blue steaks. You could have cooked your own.
Jesus, she'd have burnt the house down.
No one must mention this technology.
Carrying them with her glove in a wok.
At least the chips might have been finished.
Fucking hell. if you haven't listened to that, do go and listen to the last episode with Claire, the lovely Claire from Come Dine With Me, who is an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
They all discuss Gary's obsession with tech. He says that he's got cable and he's got smart TVs for everyone because he's looking for a particular class of travelling entrepreneur to stay with him in the middle of Cross Keys
yeah. in Wales, which looks like a village.
It's got
bigger than a village for a town.
As much as I know.
Yeah,
an old pit town, doesn't it? Is what it looks like.
But every room has got Sky in it. It looked like.
Yeah.
And there was they kept showing there was 4 remote controls that he hadn't sellotaped together to make a jumbotron as well.
This is how he's saving money,
which is a mistake.
Saving money by getting Sky Sports on in every room. John gets very angry talking to him, and then has to console himself by going to bed with a pint of mild on the side table.
I'm taking this.
I spotted that.
No drinks upstairs. Balls to you.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, they do He kind of starts laying into him a bit, and I feel like it's justified because he is a knob, but
he's been a knob to him.
But it's like kicking special needs donkey. It's just not acceptable.
I think he's just deranged. Like,
are you finally becoming your character from Four Lions Smoke?
Yeah, I think I finally am, Brother Barry. Yeah.
Breakfast time. What does everybody want? Eggs.
Oh, geese the eggs.
No, they've made a point of showing in the episodes previous. This kitchen is tiny. It's like the size of half a living room, like normal. It's wee, and it's full of egg-making contraptions. There's at least 4 different egg apparatus in this thing, right?
They must have mastered one of them.
No,
you would think so, wouldn't you?
Because there's a hot plate that's for fried eggs and stuff there. They've got a load of sausages and stuff to drop in a deep fat fryer, which
already look cooked.
Yeah, they were a couple of days old. Yeah, give me the and then
off to one side, loads of planks.
There was,
yeah, there was, yeah.
No bricks though. They've got to go back.
Yeah.
There'll be no
on the building site.
I'll tell the children. But she's got this. There's a pan for poaching eggs on the stove. The stove is haunted? Question mark.
It's never done this before. It's like the eggs in Ghostbusters, just dropping out of the thing.
And then he's got some kind of plug-in bain-marie steaming thing for poaching
for
or
boiled eggs. Well, there's one for boiled eggs.
Oh, there's a thing for boiling eggs, which
and then there's
dry
the pan.
boils them.
Yes? Question mark.
Because it looked like a cast iron egg tree. It's not a deal breaker, but does it come with the house? But there's no water in it, so it's just dry boiling eggs, which would not make them taste weird. I don't know.
Is that the thing that churns out 5 hard poached eggs?
Well, no, that's
in the shape of St. Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah, the poached egg one should have water underneath it, but they should be looking at it at all times.
Yeah, and it also will have a time limit on. As soon as you put your egg in, 3 minutes or whatever, or have a buzzer or something.
Or better still, how about a pan of water, salted, boiling, and just give it a bit of a spin round, and keep a fucking eye on it for 2 minutes. It's the one thing you've been banging on about. Get it right. The sausages can be shit. The hash browns can be wank. It doesn't matter. The veggie breakfast. Oh my god, no, thank you. But everything else.
Oh, that bacon that I could make shoes out of.
Oh, fucking hell! Get the eggs right, and you're not going to finish dead last.
No.
Well, you know what? He just went up and served those hard poached eggs.
Like he didn't even look at them. Didn't even look at them. She went, they're done.
Deranged. Did you see the play? It was on 2 slices of toast, and then there were 2 slices of toast that were encompassing them like a sandwich. And then there was a sprig of coriander or something next to it.
I'm keeping 2 chevrons apart from the egg.
He's like, the toast is cold. The toast is cold. And
cold and greasy.
Yeah, cold and greasy toast.
I do believe that the egg mould is what they used for the champagne glass. Marie Antoinette's bread. It was actually a poached egg. But how many eggs? Because he goes back in and the guy's like, I can't eat that. It's rock hard. Can I have another egg and some proper toast, please? Yeah. And he comes back in and it's like the mad professor's laboratory in there. There's smoke coming out and stuff. The oven's caught fire.
And he says the toast is cold. And Naomi goes, the toast isn't cold. If it had been 10 years later, she'd have just gone, fake news, the toast isn't cold. Like, she's adamant it isn't cold.
This
But
is
no
where the
point does she say
music
it's
starts to do
greasy.
its mad piano.
Fucking hell.
And it's great because they're like Bret Hart's watching this in there, and he says, "I saw someone come out with 2 hard-boiled eggs," and then he just pushed it back in.
Because he's asked for because he comes out, doesn't he? And he goes, "There will be no poached or boiled eggs." And he goes, "Well, what's the problem?" And he's like, "I relied on a piece of technology. I relied on a contraption. It hasn't worked." Like he's in Mousetrap or something.
This Rube Goldberg machine.
The boot hasn't kicked the bucket of the ball down the stairs.
It's an electric egg poacher. It's you get them in the back of the home innovations catalog along with the big slipper. Like
back in the kitchen at one point, he goes, "I can't do poached eggs. I told you that a million times. You were the one that told me.
You were the one that told me you could do this." And then he adds to it, "That's why I was doing all these egg tests."
It's like a Shakespearean villain just coming undone at the end. It's brilliant.
No, all the egg tests were for naught. All we've served is one cathedral of eggs.
And he goes back out, and they've heard them all having a Barney.
They've been
effing
and jeffing out the back.
And he comes back in, and it's something along the lines of, it's either him or Naomi. "Oh, we're 100% professional." I was like, "Is it though?"
No, there will be no poached. Anything poached or boiled will not be served.
This conclave is over.
This conclave is over.
Wayne declares that his eggs are cold and weird.
And the bacon's got black stuff on it. So basically it's been cooked in a dirty pan.
Yeah.
It's dirty oil. That's dirty oil.
Yes, it's dirty oil, which has probably just come out of the fryer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it's not hard to do breakfast.
Yeah.
It really
At the end of it all, Gary shakes his head in the kitchen. It's a shambles. You mean scrambles?
If you just turned around and looked at the cooker and it just went bah, and spat some eggs in.
It was though. It was going, "What's it doing?" But what had happened was, I think
the pan was way too hot.
One of the pans was boiling over and spitting slightly, and that was spitting onto the other. Plus, also, you're in a professional kitchen and you're using an electric stove. Come on, lad. You can't do it. It's got to be gas all the way.
Like, he also had the lid on as well, so that just trapped it. You could have taken the lid off and it would have boiled down a little bit.
He doesn't know what he's told you a million times. He can't do eggs.
He can't figure it out unless it's plugged into a socket. Simple as that.
Obviously, why has it not got a timer? That's the thing I didn't understand.
Maybe it did and they just didn't use it.
Yes, that's the ballad of Eggman. Right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful episode. You do need to watch the earlier ones to get the full benefit of his chaos, but just the breakfast montage alone, is amazing. Like Porco Rosso music in the background.
It's like the music where Bart imagines himself in the future where there's a war with like Millhouse the Betrayer or something, and there's a big spider thing that leads in the distance. That music.
But they all write horrible, well, not horrible things. I think like Wayne and Tracy, at least try and the rooms were clean and we didn't get abducted. That's something. But everyone puts like breakfast 3 shambles, shambles.
Which is absolutely, there's nothing. Yeah, it is. It's an absolute disaster.
There was a cold breakfast. Like you could have had cereal, which I'm assuming you would have gone back. I'm taking all these croissants upstairs.
Did you see the menu? Did you see the menu for everything else?
The laminated menu? No,
laminated
menu breakfast.
He worked in an Argos first.
Yeah, of course he did. That's why he's obsessed with technology. When you can put the numbers in.
It does say up there you can have your eggs poached, fried, or scrambled. It says that numerous times, and then has it with an asterisk at the bottom as well, just in case you missed it. But the interesting thing about it is that it keeps saying for oranges when available. Like, how are they? Come on, cross keys.
Oranges are now in season.
Yeah.
It's no longer scurvy in cross keys.
I think the smart thing to do would have been to do the orange test while you're in there. See what you did.
I think the smart thing to do
They're not available.
And shut up, not draw attention to the fact that your hotel is a volcano-based Faulty Towers experience.
I mean, the the pan on the hob, that was a volcano, so I suppose.
You got to keep the tradition up. The next day is they all meet in a big pink windmill house to Judgment Day, Payment Day.
Yeah, payment
and we
day.
want some answers. Says,
And the lassie says, "Let's get down to this." And I was like, "Oh, she's really upset, but she thinks she's going to win."
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wayne and Tracy, everyone's like, "Yeah, it was nice. There was a bit of dust, whatever. You're lovely people.
Yeah,
we'd all stay there again. Here's the full amount of money you got." Like,
yeah. Full amount from everyone, 100%.
And at that point, I went, "They've won."
Yeah. Of course you did. Yeah, no one else is going to beat that.
John and Shelley go next. Everyone thought that it was noisy. It was the one that was above the pub. Yeah. Gary brings up the fly, and Wayne, I don't know if you noticed this, he just stifles a giggle.
Yes,
Wayne's checked out at this point. Wayne knows that plaque is his. Yeah. That's going on the front of the hog. When he goes down to the local One-Eyed Snakes chapter later on. He's just giggling all the way through it. He gave them a 6 for cleanliness. Do you think a fly is worth 4? He says, and I was like, "Oh, it's a good. That's a thinker, isn't it?"
Philosophical point, isn't it? A fly's life, yeah.
That's like a Nietzschean problem. Is a fly worth 4?
How many can dance on the head of a pin? Yeah,
in Scrabble, maybe.
Gary and Naomi, they underpay by 14, which gets them fuming. They're by far unpaid by.
He says, "I'm really staggered by that. Thank you for the massive underpayment."
Massive underpayment.
All right,
and I'm like, John is losing his shit.
Yeah,
it is
like that.
It is a lot. Everyone underpays them, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
They get 88%
by like £2 and I think £5 and then 17 quid or whatever it is, and that's a lot. Like, that's a lot of money to take off. Seems like you got put up in a place. Yeah, it was clean enough. You got breakfast that wasn't on fire. Like, minimum effort. You know what I mean? But yeah, at this point, John's had enough. He's full rage mode now. And he's waiting for Gary to start asking questions because he's going to let him have it with both barrels. The two women, what do you mean it's like a prison? Well, we've sat in those rooms and it isn't a prison.
Yeah, that's
we're
right.
not saying it was a prison.
Yeah.
Are you aware of similes?
Yeah. We know the internet's a problem and we've got boosters. Thanks for that. Oh, we're going to get boosters. Thanks for that.
Some people go to hotels where you don't have internet to disconnect from the world. I mean, I'm not sure.
That's how I'd have spun it.
Doing that.
They get 88% as well, so they're tied for second now. On to Gary and Naomi. They're last. Hairy bed, but mainly the breakfast is getting marked down.
Yeah.
Naomi says it's embarrassing, and Gary agrees and says that they were under pressure, and he will get a chef who can boil an egg.
Right. Under pressure. You have to cook breakfast for 6 people.
Yeah.
Rachel said as we were watching this, what do they do when the place is full? Because they had like 9 rooms and they were all like family rooms.
Yeah, no one comes down. No one's allowed to come down at the same time. You have to come down one at a time and have your breakfast. Eldest to youngest, youngest to oldest. I don't know. You work it out. But yeah, because I didn't understand how none of it came out at the same time. That man's greasy toast and St. Paul's egg came out. And no one else had food on the table. I'm like, you can't bring out one meal.
No, it was really bad. Really, really poor. Everyone says it was disorganized. It was chaotic.
We heard you swearing.
Yeah. Well, they're looking through the thing, and they're like, how could they possibly know that we were arguing?
Oh yeah.
They heard
the next room. Yeah, it's the next room. Got you. Well, we'll have to remember that.
Idiots.
Next time we're having a Barney.
It was just I'm going to hire a chef. I'm like, that's got to be the easiest ad in the loot. Chef required. Must know egg. Other skills will be taught.
They get underpaid. I think John and Shelley underpaid by like 30 odd quid. It's like embarrassing.
It was
69%.
£76 or something, and they gave them 40 quid, which again is cheek. Like,
But then still, let's say that's the breakfast plus a £5. Do you know what I mean? Because the breakfast was like 9 quid, so it's 2 breakfasts plus a £5.
Oh, all right.
That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
I just felt like, you can't stay anywhere for 40 quid. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely not. But I don't think I would stay
at...
there for 40 quid. No, I would just for japes.
Yeah, I'd be down there going, I want all the hot rocks put in front of me.
I want you to just give me 24 eggs and I'll sort the rest.
I'm going to make a massive volcano omelette.
Bring me all the eggs that you have.
I know what
you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking a lot of eggs, but no, I actually mean all the eggs that you have.
Yes. But yeah, I just and they know they've lost. Like, and it's a sort of setup from the beginning for him, because as soon as he goes, I'm doing an egg test, you go, you're gonna lose.
It's particularly cruel that they make Gary hand over the plaque.
No, I reckon he went, I'll do it, because he does a little speech and a flourish as he hands it over, and I'm like, Gary,
he loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it.
It's always the entertainer. He says afterwards, in an aside, the Solar Strand was not the worst hotel in this competition. In fact, it was probably the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, says the bloke that owns it. Yeah.
Opinions are subjective.
Well, also, it wasn't his opinion when he was agreeing with them that the breakfast was chaotic and they were like swearing at one another.
Do you know what? The vast majority of the time he went, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Yes.
So credit there. There was a couple of things where he went, oh, I don't know. But there was a few instances where she went, the classic four in a bed line of, wouldn't stay again. Oh, well, that's all right, because I wouldn't want them
you
back.
anyway.
Mm.
Yeah.
Always somebody
It was
does
it was hairy duvet was the thing. He was like, well, were you sleeping inside the duvet? Doesn't matter then, does it? And I'm like, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
It is gross, but if I didn't open the duvet, which I don't do when I go
No,
to
you don't do that.
I wouldn't dare.
So
I wouldn't dare.
no.
I don't want to know. I'd rather not know.
Oh, who was the woman that slept on the plastic sheet? I was so
Oh,
sweaty.
I was soaking. Yeah, maybe should have pissed yourself.
I think it's that guy took the pint a mile to bed. It might have been him. Oh yeah, I spilt it, love. But yeah, that was that. It's a delightful opening into the world of Four in a Bed.
It's a romp.
Every sort of one of them, every week of them is essentially this. One normal person who's got a normal thing and he tries to judge it normally, and then three people who try and gameplay it by being absolute assholes to each other. And I always feel bad for the nice people because they rarely win, because they're normally like 2 or 3 when like the rot's set in a bit in the grid.
Yeah.
But you'll also get to see amazing things like people doing sheepdog trials or going to like the Lord Mayor's castle and stuff. Like there's just weird stuff. And it's nice. You get some lovely countryside. The guy who does the commentary isn't as good as Dave Lamb because he's not
anywhere nearly. No,
it's this different thing. I think if he had tried to imitate him, it would have been worse. But it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. He does a couple of puns, you know.
But it doesn't. It's very punny. But it doesn't need imitate. It doesn't need that sarcasm because these people are horrible people, and it makes me not want. I'll have to find the one where I think it's in Chester somewhere, and it's like £500 a night, and you've got to make your own breakfast.
Wow.
We have celebrities stay here. Bollocks, do you?
Yeah.
What?
No, they won't make their own breakfast.
Lad from Bros trying to squeeze an orange in the morning. Yeah. With a
Mark
dart.
Zuckerberg killing his own cow.
He's only got one dart. But yes, that is it's if you can watch it, go and watch them. Season 11, episode 56 from 2010, May 2010. It's well worth a watch just because the man is a fool. That's all I have to say. I don't know if there is James Fangs. There was something about star ratings a bit ago, so.
Yeah, well, so I looked it up. You know the place I look. So, according to the Carefully Observer, in July 2020, plans have been submitted to demolish the Solar Strand Hotel and build 11 homes on the site. The hotel, which was formerly known as the Cross Keys Hotel, could be redeveloped and provide 10 houses and 1 bungalow. Fortunately, it doesn't look like that's happened. It still looks like it's taking bookings. It's still viewable. I couldn't find a date that it would let me accept, which gives me a bit of pause, but it's bad
let's go for
time,
a meal. How far away is it in terms of like? I don't know where Cross Keys is in Wales. Yeah,
it'll take ages to get there. It offers free Wi-Fi, of course. It does.
You would hope that's and plug sockets.
And much laminating as you want done.
Yeah. It's 10 miles from the 13th century Caerphilly Castle, 1 mile from the Risket Industrial History Museum, and several yards away from the Red Triangle Snooker Club.
Oh.
There you go. That's a weekend.
I had a brief look at the town. It looks like a town. You know, it's got what it's got going on. Yeah. So bearing that in mind, I had a look at the reviews.
Or is it a GRX?
Wonderful. Rachel Jones left a review on this. She said that this was not long after Four in a Bed, and you've got
I'm so excited.
She said the front door is a touch screen, so you just put your palm against the device and punch in numbers. But thankfully, someone who just left the hotel helped us out. Then you get to your keys, and these were in boxes fixed to a wall, but spent a good 10 minutes trying to open them.
What a crystal maze!
It felt like an escape room challenge. Jojo said, "Nothing's the same. It was the Cross Keys Hotel for over 100 years and the locals loved it. Now, locals not welcome to their own pub. Disgusting behaviour. Plus, can't even boil an egg as seen on Four in the Bed."
4 in the Bed?
Yeah.
4 in the bed.
And then, obviously, there's plenty of people that have just said, like Thomas Webb here, fly on the windowsill, not enough plug sockets, and didn't like the eggs.
Oh, Jesus.
That's as far as I got.
Oh man, I kind of want to go just to do the escape
Yeah.
room.
Well, it sounds like it's unmanned now. They've realised that the problem was
Yeah,
themselves.
I saw a review. This is an unmanned hotel and there's no frills establishment.
It's not even got Gary in like a screen driving around on Caterpillar Drive.
Hologram or something.
Welcome, egg stranger. Oh, that's disappointing. It doesn't do restaurant. There's no restaurant.
Yeah, I think it still does a restaurant as well.
Oh, I might see if I can convince Harvey. Let's go and have a weekend away in Wales. Why? No reason. You're going to go see the Eggman, aren't you? Yes.
I really want to go and see this industrial museum.
I've heard great things about the Red
industrial
Triangle.
museums.
Yeah, about the Crimson Triangle, Snooker Hall. Yes, it's, mate. That's that, boys and girls. Thank you to Ryan for suggesting this one to us. It's been truly eye-opening. It's
a thing.
What about the new segment?
Oh,
where you design your own.
Yeah.
Make your
So
own.
we forgot last week, because one of the things I used to do to people when I first met them was like, after a couple of drinks, like, what would you make someone for come dine with me? Like, what would your three-course meal be? Because it's a good way to get to know people and you can have a laugh. Like, but we missed it last week. We're probably going to go back to come dine with me at some point because it's a gold mine of weird people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Sausage Girl alone. But so the theory was, if you were on four in a bed and you had what would your themed bed and breakfast be? I kind of want to just do his now. Just nobody there. And if you solve my riddles, you can have a nap.
That's weird because I've gone down the solve riddles route. I was talking to Katie about this, which you might have guessed from some of the suggestions that came up. So I went with like a facts one, Jimmy Facto, So we came up with the factory. That was my suggestion. The fact in. That was my suggestion. Katie got warmed up. The in fact. The facts are in. Facts. Is that a fact? Question mark. And yeah, just disturbing facts all over the wall.
It's got very stat towards the end there, didn't it?
You watch it the weekend. How many eggs are in a spider sack? Up to 250. That could be one of them. How many people in Japan died alone in the first half of 2024?
What? And there's no Wi-Fi signal, so you can't even Google it.
So
You just got to keep pressing numbers like one of those Guinness quiz machines back in the day.
We were saying that's how you connect to the Wi-Fi. You have to solve it in order to get the Wi-Fi. Breakfast, cold hard facts. Is what I said. And then Katie said, it could just say on the menu, did you know that 70 eggs were made by moving chickens straight from the womb? Do they have wombs? I don't know. I was like, you're broken now. She's just going to be coming up with egg facts all through the night. And
I don't understand. What? I don't even understand what that facts, quote unquote, facts mean.
It's the bit where they in Aliens where they burn the alien queen's egg thing, and they can't lay any eggs anymore.
Yeah, egg sacks.
Yeah.
You know egg sacks.
Oh, I give in. Mike, let's hope yours is slightly more coherent than that.
Marginally coherent, not quite as funny, I'm afraid. My B&B would basically be the opposite of the volcano. It would be a glacier. Freezing cold. I'll save money on heating, if nothing else. Bit of northern thrift.
So northern, yeah.
And dinner will be a baked Alaska and a dinner show of either Speed 2 or Titanic 2 with the dog.
The rapping dog.
And we're famous for our cold welcome.
That's good. I like it.
And a nice, hard-boiled sweet as well.
Oh, yeah. It's
Glacier
all about
mint.
boiled with you, isn't it? Can you not get a poached sweet? They are our favourites.
You could have the Gladiator Glacier as your greeter.
Is that a gladiator? One of the new
I think an American one was called Glacier.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay.
Are you a glaciator?
Yeah.
Fox's Glacier Mints. Did we miss that one?
You just did that with a boiled sweet.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realise that's what you were getting at.
Right.
I can't believe I missed that one.
Stand lamps everywhere.
I would just go for chaos. That would be my thing. You come in, all the keys are in a bag. You've just got to grab one out of the bag. Could be a family room, could be a room just in a cupboard, like with a hammock in there, but like a really narrow hammock, so you've got to sleep like a U. Like,
I don't know. I mean, all the keys in a bowl to me.
No, I said bowl.
bit
I said a bag.
sexy.
It'd be a velvet bag.
Oh, right.
Like a magician's got, right? Yeah. And yeah, you might get lucky. You might get upgraded. You might get downgraded. That's the risk when you stay at the Chaos Hotel, right? Breakfast is whatever you can think of. Birthday cake.
All I can think of is 250 eggs in an egg sack now.
Yeah, Isaac, think that's better. Well, again, they're all good ideas. I'm still liking his of just having no one there, and you have to solve Krypton Factor style puzzles.
And all the while you're talking to Max Headroom
with a top hat on.
Yeah.
Welcome, travellers.
It's got positive reviews, but like basic positive reviews. One of them was from like a tech entrepreneur, and I was like, I think you've written this.
Yes, it's basic positive reviews. I didn't catch fire while I was here. 5 stars. But yes, that was 4 in a bed, man. It's I didn't think we'd go that long on that, but it's a great episode. It's a great thing to get into, just so you can see how some people think. Like, have you ever stayed in a B&B as well? Like,
oh yeah.
I don't want to talk to the people who run it.
No, absolutely not. No, you want minimum, polite service. Here's the keys. This is
hello. Yes, there's my thing. There's my card.
Breakfast.
Right.
Yeah. Was your floral bedspread clean? Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Did you find the fly we left? Complimentary fly. Yeah. But these people are like, they follow you round town yelling at you and stuff. It's like, no, that's not what people want in a B&B in a hotel. I don't know. It's the fact that it's been going for so long and there are so many of these things makes me think that there are people who genuinely, like people that make friends with people on holiday and then stay in touch with them.
Yeah.
It's those kind of people. Oh, let's go and see Edith and Bernard again at the Chaos Hotel. Oh, we had such fun last year. Remember me sleeping in that hammock? Yeah. Well, I stood in a mop bucket in the corner. Yeah. I just don't. I don't.
Yeah.
Best one I've stayed was in Blackpool, where when I was a kid with my mum, and there was a window missing, so they just nailed an empty Cornetto box over the window.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And then I watched Condor Man the next day.
Oh,
Michael Crawford film.
Christ, what a day.
Burnt into my brain. That was 4 in a bed. Thank you to Ryan for recommending that. If you have got anything, I know Mark's missus has given us a list of stuff.
Jesus, the stuff I've had to watch.
But yeah, so if you've got anything from out the years, it doesn't even have to be a reality show. I think we've put some kind of quiz shows and stuff on there as well. So it's just got to be good and memorable. That's the key aspect of it, really. That was 4 in a bed. Your favorite, and there's lots of lines. Your favorite lines from this episode.
Go on, Mark. You go first.
God, there are so many. I'm really staggered by that. Thanks for the massive underpayment.
It's just to show people what they look like when they're erupting.
One that I missed reading out: Holland Daz sauce. Like what? Like the ice cream?
Oh yeah,
he calls it Holland Daz sauce.
Oh.
Yeah, we're married. Happily married.
There's not enough plugs to support my technology.
I am not a normal person.
Cousins? I've not heard that in a while.
I'll close my eyes.
Stop. Right, say goodbye, boys and girls.
See ya. I would like to eat a choc ice, but my hands get sticky.